What's up, guys? I already did this video once, so I'm gonna blast through it this time because I hate doing a video twice because there was no audio. So real quick, we're gonna go through and look at, there's YouTube. We're gonna look at these screenshots real quick. You guys can pause and go back and view these, and then I'm gonna tell you what it's about. Boom, boom. You can zoom in on YouTube. I'm done with this video. I use the YouTube app. You can zoom in, so it's good quality. You'll be able to see this stuff. But the whole point of the video, anyways, is to be able to not have to read through all this stuff. Um, the white version is just when you click Learn More. The black version is when you go to actually sign. There's shirt. All right, so here we go. Let's go back to here, and I'm gonna have it read it, and then I'm gonna tell you my thoughts on all this because it's really upsetting. There's a 3-month and a 6-month part. By the way, this is going into effect February 1st, 2027, and you have to sign up by January 31st, 2027. And these are the effects that are going to come into place. I'm going to go ahead and hit play. She's going to read it to us. I'll unplug.
Here are the critical takeaways from these YouTube Partner Program (YPP) updates that will directly impact channel operations and monetization. Urgent action required. Accept new terms by January 31st, 2027. The updated YPP terms and the Commerce Product module must be reviewed and accepted in YouTube Studio. Failing to do so by February 1st, 2027, will pause earnings from fan funding features like channel memberships and super chats. Channel activity and upload requirements. Starting February 1st, 2027, YouTube is redefining what constitutes an active channel. To maintain active YPP status, a channel only needs to meet one of the following metrics. Upload 2 long-form videos or 5 shorts every 90 days. Maintain 1,000 qualified watch hours in the past 365 days. Maintain 1 million qualified shorts views in the past 90 days. Note, there is an extended 90-day grace period to recover if these metrics temporarily dip. Shifts in Shorts revenue. The 10M view threshold. Earning a monthly cut from the general Shorts creator pool now requires maintaining a baseline of 10 million qualified Shorts views over a rolling 90-day period. Zero penalty for missing the mark. Falling short of this 10M view mark will not result in removal from YPP, and it will not throttle standard long-form ad revenue. Targeted placements. Advertisers targeting a micro group of 5 or fewer channels will yield a direct 45% revenue share to the creator from those specific ad placements. Higher barriers for new channels. Entering YPP is becoming significantly harder for newcomers, now requiring 8,000 watch hours or 20 million shorts views. Existing partners are safe. If a channel is already monetized in YPP, this new entry threshold does not apply, and active status remains completely unaffected by the higher requirements. Does your current upload schedule already meet that new baseline of 2 long?
No, I don't want to do that. All right, so YPP. Here we go. Back to here. So yeah, there's more. So let's get into the more of it because yeah, and if you're a new YouTube partner or you're trying to become a YouTube partner, then that is also upsetting because it makes it harder. This is where it gets upsetting.
If you don't upload for 90 days, you will not automatically lose your active status in the YouTube Partner Program, provided your existing videos continue to generate enough traffic. Here is exactly how the February 2027 activity rules apply if you stop publishing content. Viewership can keep you active. Because the requirements are structured as options, your channel remains completely active without new uploads, as long as you maintain 1,000 qualified watch hours in the past 365 days, or 1 million qualified shorts views in the last 90 days. The extended 90-day grace period. If your channel's viewership drops and you miss all 3 criteria, no recent uploads and insufficient watch hours/shorts views, you will drop below the active threshold. When this happens, YouTube grants an extended 90-day window to regain your active status. To stay in the program, you must use this window to achieve either 1,000 watch hours over the past year or 1 million shorts views over the past 90 days. The 6-month inactivity rule. It is also worth keeping in mind that beyond these specific new thresholds, YouTube's broader policy states that they may disable monetization on channels that have not uploaded a video or posted to the community tab for 6 months or longer.
Yeah, so that's really upsetting when, I've gone 3 and 4 years I'm going into my 16th year. Is doing this like a career. Um, for you to you can't take a 3 to 4 year break. So I think you can comment, and that counts within that 6 month window if your channel is already meeting the stuff, or upload. So I asked the follow up question. You can see it'll explain.
The 6-month inactivity rule explained. Even if your old videos are performing well and you are easily hitting the required watch time thresholds, YouTube can still revoke your monetization if you stop posting. Here is how the
Dag
6-month
YouTube.
policy operates independently of your watch time. The engagement requirement, YouTube's broader policy, dictates that they reserve the right to remove monetization from any channel that has not uploaded a new video or made a post to the community tab for 6 months or more. Watch time does not overrule inactivity. Maintaining passive watch hours or shorts views from past content does not exempt a channel from this rule. The 6-month policy specifically monitors a creator's publishing activity, not just their passive viewership metrics. The bottom line: to guarantee your channel remains safely in the YouTube Partner Program, you must publish at least one piece of content, a video, a short, or a community post, before the 6-month mark hits, regardless of how many views your existing catalog continues to generate.
I mean, that's upsetting. That's like the dream is like you could just get a whole bunch of views, build a like I do like evergreen content, so you just don't have to do anything. And I've done that. I've not had to work for years at a time. But it's like, I mean, if a community post counts, then it's just it's upsetting. It's like you really have to keep a close tabs on it, to make sure you're doing everything right. So that's my opinion on it. Is it and or like, oh yeah, this is the other thing is I asked is it all those things or just one? And it's saying according to what it said, it's just the it's an upload or uploads or a community post. So yeah. Anyways, I logged into my YouTube studio today, saw that, and was like, dang, that sucks. So yeah, thought I would share. Hope this is helpful, and I would love to hear from you in the comments your gripes, complaints, or positivities. I don't see how this is positive. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all this stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh man, it's 7:30. Look, this is how much I love you guys. I'm not even gonna stretch it out to 8 minutes. We're gonna just stop here.